Hi guys, welcome to RCC Adventures. Hopefully we're getting the car in with the sun in the background and a beautiful view. So in this video we're doing a little bit of a review at kind of my first time driving a vehicle. Obviously I drove here, so first impressions, but then you'll get a little bit more. So what we're going to do is I'm going to set you up, we're going to go for a drive. But before then, let's have a look around the car. Now you would have seen in the previous little videos, not necessarily about the car, but there was one where I did the review on the Herald actually. We came in this car and we did the ending video in the cockpit of this car. Sorry, it's been a long day. So we're gonna have a good look around it, and starting off with the fact that Dad has washed it. It is now nice and clean, well, cleaner than it was. And yeah, then we'll go for a drive. Show you the inside, show you the space. Yeah, so we'll start from the front, work our way back. Yeah, sound good. Right, this location, we might have to do it a little bit quick. We're outside of HMS Excellent, which is an MOD base. So we might have to do it a little bit quick. We'll start, shall we? From the front. Big old vehicle. I've always found with these are one of the last of the proper old looking JAAAGs. Nice long bonnet. Bonnet could be longer, but a nice long boot. Right, so we'll open up the door, have a look inside of all the luxury and loveliness. So it's got the tan leather with the walnut wood and the Jaguar XJ6, you know, all the automatics. And yeah, it's just it's a lovely place to be. So that's where I've spent a bit of my time. Look in the back now. We'll get in the back as well in a minute. But if we look in the back, loads of space. Perfect demonstration there of a map holder with a pocket there. The roof lining does sag a bit, but that is quite common with these X350s, and you would have seen in the previous video about us talking about that. But yeah, let's actually get in the back. Try and hold the camera at the same time. The entrance into the car for my size person, it's not too bad. It's actually quite comfortable to get in. Headroom, without it sagging, I've got 5 fingers height, so that's not too bad. I'm quite long in the body, but not overly long, but I'm long in the leg. Footroom, as you can see down there, plenty of space, but because they are electrically operated seats, I've got nowhere to put my feet underneath. So my feet have to sort of sit up like this, but you've got plenty of support under your legs. Hopefully you are getting this. I am on my own. As I said, the map pocket bit there. Visibility, because you have a normal headrest, none of this folded over the top, is not too bad. You can see plenty down that way because you've got plenty of gap between the two seats. So I can see in front of me, not a problem. And visibility outside is pretty good as well. You have the, excuse my language, but the oh shit handles on every corner, which are lovely leather with beautiful stitching, and the little light there as well on every single corner. Got a Jaguar Teddy, because you know, why not, with the walnut wood. It's a lovely place to be back here. I've sat here a couple of times. Obviously we haven't had the car that long, but I've sat back here a couple of times. It's a very, very comfortable place to be. The seats, they sort of, as the bottom half of the seat sags down at the back, so you fall into it, and then you've got plenty of support at the back as well. You also do get the obligatory armrest as well, which does open up, so you've got plenty of everything. I'm not 100% sure if you're actually looking at me there, but it opens up, so you've got plenty. You've got cup holders, and you've got storage, plenty of spaces for everything that you require. Oopsie. Lovely. Doesn't have any access out the back now, but you do have fans, and you do have the ability to charge at the same time with the 12 volts. That's one thing that we want to get, is another chrome handled watch-a-majigger. So what we'll do now is we'll get out, we'll show you the boot, and then we'll go ahead into the driver's seat and position. Sound good? I'm hoping that I'm getting all the right angles. I could really do with the camera operator when it does these kind of reviews, but I'm on my own, man. I'm on my own. Right. So obviously we are at the back of the vehicle. Mine, there's a car in the background idling away, so you might hear that. And they're going away, so it's good. So let's show you the boot size. Being a big Jaguar, it's going to have a big boot. Let's show you. Loads of depth and plenty of space for everything you require. Being a saloon vehicle, or being a saloon car, the opening is a little bit on the smaller side when it comes to it. So if you've got an SUV or a hatchback, you're going to have more space for the opening side of things. But the boot is a very, very big boot. And also, before I shut it, I want you to see this. Yeah, soft close. Now if we walk over here, if I take in the proportions, it's a big old bus. It is big. It's got air suspension, this being a 3 litre as well, so it's a 3 litre V6. Quoting about 250, I may be wrong, it's probably more than that, but I'm not 100% sure. As a coach is about to go past. Right, let's get into the driver's seat. Let's find where the bonnet release is as well. No, can't show you that. Can't show you that, I just remembered. We might be able to do that another day, but not today. Can't use the cable, because we have to get a new cable. That's one of the things that went wrong. The cable, I think it's either the cable snapped or the bonnet catches are a little bit stiff, so the cable came out. We can open the bonnet in a certain way, but we're not going to show you how to do that. But now I am sat in the driver's seat, as you can see. Plenty of room for me. I'm a big guy. Plenty of room. When we get on the drive, I will talk more about the driving position and how I sit and what it's like to be in the Jag. Plenty of switches there. Also, you've got the boot release, you've got the petrol flap, and your fogs and all that on there. Stop there. That one there is for your wipers and your washers and your indicators there. Buttons on the steering wheel for your radio and your telephone, which you can actually have a telephone in here. So I can open it up. That's another cool feature as well. Is it you operate that? It slides. That's pretty cool. But here, you connect a phone to it, which we are almost certain. Try and do this one-handed, and then you've got your sat nav and all that in there. Anyway, we're almost certain that it's an iPhone 4 or the older iPhone style. It's got the bigger charging port for connecting it to the car, so you can actually have a car phone, or we're going to call it the JAAAG phone, but you know, whatever. And here, got your ashtray and you have a 12 volt there. That's a cable as well to do with the phone. Obviously, the J gate being the J for Jaguar, parking brake, and then you've got your radio and your climate control, which works very well. It does work extremely well, the old climate control. So obviously, this being an earlier model, it hasn't got the sat nav. It does have a very lovely clock. Look at that. Look at that bit of flash. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to hold the camera. I think what we'll do is we'll get it set up. I've got my mount over there. We'll get you set up and we'll go for a drive. This being a 3 litre V6, it does have a lovely growl. Lovely grumble. Talking about another lovely grumble, there's a police boat. Yeah, it sounds really nice. Very nice. Anyway, I lost track of what I was doing. Should I show you the glove box? Yeah, it has a glove box. They all have glove boxes. You press the button here, and then you go there like that. Lovely jubbly. All the paperwork and stuff. Ashtray over there, which you can reach, or I can. I think Dad can, but. So we listen to the engine whilst I've got you in hand. That's the phone. Silky smooth. Channel phone. Lovely, isn't it? Right, as I said, let's get you set up on the camera. No. Change the glasses. The old sun is out. What do I do with them? Start there. Oh. Couldn't remember what I done with them. It's an absolute stunning day today. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful weather. It's rather warm as well, which is lovely. Obviously, you can't really see it at the moment, but if you look past me, if you can, you'll see the dry stack over the water. Tried to get kind of a nice-ish location. Nice. It's actually a nice location, isn't it? A nice-ish location. Right. So let's begin. Sat here in the driver's seat, obviously steering wheel there. I've got my position set how I would have it. So my seating position is having the seat quite sort of upish. Most people sort of slant back, Dad being one of them. My legs are a decent way away from the pedals, but they're not straight, which is good. And I've got plenty of distance away from the steering wheel, because you're supposed to have it like that. So my arms are nice and bent. Reach the gear knob quite easily, and yeah. Let's go drive this thing. Obviously, put it in drive. All the doors lock, and let's go driving, shall we? Now, a couple of things I have noticed with this car, probably because it's leather, is one that the steering wheel kind of squeaks, and the other is the seat. A little rattle somewhere as well, but it's not surprising. In the age of vehicle, not surprising. There's going to be a few little rattles here and there. But the seat, it's the plastic sort of bottom surround as it touches the leather, so it's a little bit squeaky. Obviously, if you have the radio on, you're not going to notice any of them. But me filming, everything is off, so I might get a little bit warm. What can I say about this vehicle? Well, I could say that it is extremely comfortable. It is very, very JAAAG. I've driven many JAAAGs in the past, and this is very JAAAG. Silky smooth, lovely and comfortable, and punchy when you need it to be. Obviously, being an automatic with the J-gate, I do love a J-gate, that's why I keep mentioning it. The gear shifts are seamless, absolutely seamless. Air suspension all round, and yeah, you don't notice any bumps. It's lovely. The only time you notice that you're sort of oscillating a bit is that squeak in the seat. But I think, unless I'm mistaken, you guys can probably hear the engine. It sounds wonderful. There's some big old humps around it. Hopefully there's not too much glare. The sun is directly behind me, basically looking directly at you, so I might be a silhouette at the moment. Hopefully not. There's a Puma that decides to pull out in front of me. One of the new Pumas, not an old Puma. Old Pumas are cool, new Pumas are rubbish. Some crossover thing. That's a whole new story, that is. There's a whole complete different story from what we're doing today. But crossovers, SUVs, not necessarily MPVs. MPVs are actually useful. apart from the small ones. Like a Mariva, that's absolutely useless. What's the point in having a 5-seater that's a bit taller? Rubbish. But MPVs interest me for the fact that they are basically like a minivan, like a van with seats. I know obviously there are minivans out there. You can get caddies with extra seats, and you can get combos with extra seats in. You can even get transits with extra seats in. So technically they are an MPV. Zafiras are a big hatred on this channel. Massive hatred. Not because of what they are, but because of what one did once. Which we had a... we did say it in the previous video when we were at the Monte Carlo rally from Brooklands. We mentioned that Zafiras would never make it onto this channel, and there is a reason for that. Not because, as I said, what they are, it's because what one Zafira did. And that's it rear-ended our beloved Triumph 2000, 1961, that car. Beautiful car that was. That was an automatic with a 3-speed, 2 litre straight 6. It got rear-ended at 40 miles an hour. Driver claims that they couldn't see the lights, which, okay, it's being a classic vehicle, it might have been that. They might not have been able to see that the car was actually completely and utterly stopped. Is that lights? No, is it a roundabout? Completely stopped. Failed to notice it was there and just rear-ended it. They also tried to say that the person that got out of the car who got a little bit lippy was the driver, even knowing the driver was still sat in the driver's seat in complete shock. But anyway, as I said, that's for a different video, but that explains it a little bit more. Back to this. This is very much like the Triumph 2000 in the way of its shape, really. Long bonnet, long boot, saloon. 6 cylinders, automatic. Kind of, you can see the aspects kind of almost similar. This being a 3 litre, it's definitely got a lot more power. It's also got a 6-speed automatic gearbox. Don't know if it's Mercedes derived. I'm not 100% sure about that. But this is kind of my first impressions of the vehicle, really, and I'm really liking it. The little niggly things that I've picked up on are just niggly little things. Let's give it a punch. It's got long gears, very long gears. I don't know what that kicked down to, probably 3rd, might even been 2nd. But before I came off the throttle, it hadn't even changed gear yet, but it did, an half punch. Yeah, it's definitely got some punch, this thing. It's not surprising, being the size of the vehicle it is, and the size of the engine. But we're cruising along at 40 miles an hour right now. I don't know if you can hear more than I can, but it's quiet here. A little bit of road noise. Every now and again you can hear a bump, you can't really feel it. That was a bump, I could feel that one, but that was quite a substantial bump. But it's lovely. Visibility is brilliant. Massive windscreen in front of you, big windows down the side. The C-pillars are a bit on the big side, but again you can see around them. A-pillars again, quite big, but you know, big A-pillars, C-pillars and B-pillars means it's good for safety, generally. Not always the case. But I believe that the Euro NCAP for this is not bad. It's probably quite high up, actually, thinking about it. I don't know the actual rating, but I know it's done well in crash tests. And these have been around for ages, these cars. This is a 54 plate, so end of 2004. Been around for a while. It's done 129,000. It's pretty much on the nose, really, of 129,000. Plenty of service history. One thing the previous owner did, that Sam from Harlop Garage said, had all the work done. If it ever needed anything, it got done. And we hope to do exactly the same in our ownership, or in Dad's ownership. And yeah, it's got a bit of a squeaky brake, but that might be where it's been sat around for a while. Dad has been using it, but it was sat on Sam's forecourt for a little while. It had been annoying Dad for ages. One thing I have noticed, turning into bends, doesn't wallow at all. It doesn't sort of lean right over and use the door handles as like putting your hand down if you want to skateboard. It doesn't do that. Sort of, it's planted, it turns nicely, punches out of corners pretty well, and I have tested the brakes. Oh, yeah, they're good. They stop the car well. What's that noise? That noise is lovely. I'm very glad that Dad has got another Jag, because he is a Jag man. He's had many Jags over the years. Before the channel, unfortunately. He's had a Series 2 XJ, that was in white, so that's a 2-door XJ when they first sort of really got going. Obviously there's the Series 1 as well. He's had an XJ40, which is my favourite of all the Jags, which is basically the same as this, just a bit squarer. That was a lovely car, but I had to get rid of that due to rust. It got too much. He has had an X308 Jag, which had the V8 in it. He also had a very rare, because it was a manual, X300 XJ Jag. That was a 3.2 Sport with the, as I said, manual gearbox. That was a beautiful car, that was. If I ever find a picture, and then you're in the Facebook group, we'll post up on there. Or we might post up on Instagram. Make sure you go follow those guys. Links will, well, not necessarily links, but how to get to them will be in the description. So yeah, we had an X-type Jag, basically the baby Jag. That was a 2-litre diesel. That was an alright car. I don't particularly I'm not fond of the X-type. I do like for the fact you can get a 3-litre. You can get a 3-litre X-type. I do like that. He also had an S-type as well. That was an early model, that was a T-Reg. That was in silver, that was a nice lovely car as well. One thing I didn't like about that was the seats. The front seats in that, which they were a bit too much bench rather than seat. So they were very flat, there was no support or nothing in them. They were plenty comfortable, but you're driving around and you feel like you're falling out. Where with these seats, different story. They sort of hug you. It's lovely. We use that word a lot today, lovely. Lovely. So yeah, common fault with these is the headlining, but it's no hardship really, is it? Dad's got hold of like headlining pins, put it up there, kind of make it look factory, make it look pretty cool actually. Michael Jeffrey done it to his Aston Martin DB7. Yeah, so if a DB7 can have pins in the roof, which are the same colour as the roof lining, we can have that, we can have it in this. I think he had it in his XJ6 as well, his Jaguar XJ6. It was a lovely car. Stay there, you. Where be the people? It was up above. Up above. It's fine. It's one thing it's got. When you first put your foot on the throttle, it sort of just chucks you in the back of your seat a bit. It doesn't necessarily keep pulling. It does pull well. It does pull very nicely. When we first got this, there was warning lights on the dashboard, but Sam managed to get us a new battery. So that solved that problem. It also needed an ABS sensor. Dad fitted that. Now that's gone as well. So there is now no lights whatsoever on the dash. In fact, it now works perfectly, apart from the body cable. That is the only thing that we need to sort out now. But ideal, mate. Ideal. It drives lovely now. So I told you, I use the word lovely a lot. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now the benefit of me, probably a lot of you out there as well, is if you drive vans, like I do, more on a regular basis than I should, but I do. If you drive them, then you're used to a bigger vehicle's lane space. So when you get in a car of this size, you very quickly quickly work out its proportions. Not an issue whatsoever. So if you're somebody who's only used to driving a small city car or even a hatchback, and you drive into this, you're going to think, oh my god, that is massive. But for me, not an issue. I got used to its proportions pretty much straight away. Back lanes might be a bit of an issue, but I very much doubt it. Silky smooth engine. Sounds beautiful. Different word. Hey, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. If you want a nice, luxury, comfortable vehicle, and you're not one of these people that has to have an Audi, a Mercedes, a BMW, or a Bentley, yeah, we can put Bentley in, or even an Aston Martin, then why don't you just go buy JAAAG? Because they're affordable and they're very, very luxurious for what you want, unless you want all the toys. You pretty much get exactly the same in this as you would of the equivalent BMW or Mercedes. Let's go for an S-Class, but you go for an S-Class, it's a similar price bracket to this, going to have a lot more miles, probably going to be a diesel, and pretty much everything will probably be broken. Probably the same with the BMW. What I'm trying to say is JAAAGs generally are cheaper than their rivals. You get just as much in a JAAAG than you do in one of them. And to be fair, Jaguars have a better interior. Build quality is a little bit under par against them sometimes, but Mercedes not necessarily the same, because they fall apart quite easily. And this being an older vehicle, everything is still in here, everything still works. Nothing's falling off, apart from the roof lining. But other than that, it's good as gold. Now guys, I know you haven't seen any exterior shots of us driving along. I am on my own. I do only have one camera and one mount, so you are just looking at me the whole time. I'm hopefully going to be improving that this year, but at the moment this is what you're going to have to deal with. But I hope you've enjoyed it, and as I said before, please subscribe, hit the bell, make sure I'm not being hit by some rando. Oh, come on, what are you doing? Use the thing on the right, it's called a throttle. Coochie, coochie, goo. Out of the way. Come on. What are you doing? Delivery driver has no idea where he is, don't think. Just left everyone for dead. What was I saying before I got rudely interrupted by a delivery vehicle that has no idea what he's doing? I can't remember. I can't remember at all. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video, because otherwise it's just me waffling on, losing track of what I'm doing. This is unscripted in every single way possible. People, what's the matter with you? Drive normal, people. It's a weekday. I understand it on a Sunday. I'm just faff. Anyway, catch you in the next one, guys. We're going to be doing a little bit of the old work on this. You'll see the footage of that. Done the ABS sensor and something else as well. I can't think of what else there was. But there's a little bit of work on this, and they will be coming up on your televisions, mobile devices and tablets very, very soon. I'm going to probably get to the point where I'm going to be releasing videos on a Sunday, because I was doing them every 5 days, but I'll probably release them every day. Not every day, I can't do that, I've got work commitments. We're releasing them every Sunday, so Make sure you got your notifications on, guys. As I've said before, I know I keep repeating myself, but you know, some of you don't do it. So we'll catch you in the next one. Are you ready? Are you ready? Remember, we're in a JAAAG, so cheers.